Hi people, thank you for joining me on this fragrance video. In this edition we're going to look at a fragrance that's not very well known from a house that's not really established itself in the fragrance fraternity. It's Ted Baker Sterling Blue from, of course, Ted Baker. Now, I actually got this as a present last Christmas. My mother-in-law likes to put little presents in people's Christmas crackers. Knowing I'm into fragrances, she put this in. It's only 15 ml. Everybody in sort of our family got one, and or something very similar to this. And yeah, very much appreciated. I was recently asked about this fragrance, along with a couple of other Ted Baker fragrances, should I say, by one of my viewers, which is a guy called Steve Robinson. He was looking to buy this in a set of two other 15 ml Ted Baker fragrances, I think from Boots, which, if you're watching the US, is a kind of cosmetics and drugstore essentially, or pharmaceutical store in the UK. So what can we tell you about this fragrance? What can you find out from me that you can't find out by doing a bit of research online? Hopefully quite a lot, because there isn't really much to research online about this fragrance. I've had a look, see what it says. I like to, believe it or not, I do like to do some research before I make videos. I know that probably sounds pretty crazy. I'm just a guy who waffles on about scent, but yeah, I do a bit of research. With this one, kind of drew a blank because it's not on Fragrantica, it's not on base notes. Quick Google search brings up quite a few results for Sterling Blue from Ted Baker, but they tend to be more around the deodorant and soap range. Very little did I find on the EDT. To my nose, in terms of the breakdown, this is a very clean blue aquatic scent, but also very, very soapy. If it's similar to the deodorant, which I've not smelled, it would suggest that it has, amongst the notes, cardamom, but I'm not getting any of that at all. And what I'm getting is it's very citrusy, probably some grapefruit, some lemon, and then this real nice soapiness. And nice is the word, because this is a very, very pleasant scent. I do get suspicion that it's copied off a designer fragrance. Now, you could argue that Ted Baker is a designer company, because it probably straddles the ground between designer and high street. It's not in the realms of a Dior or a Giorgio Armani or any of those companies in terms of designer clothing stakes, but it's above your Next, your Topmans, etc., River Islands, H&M's, companies of that nature. It's kind of in between. It probably, in the clothing market, is in the same stratosphere as All Saints and brands of that nature. So it's kind of designer, but also not high-end designer. So yeah, okay, we'll call it designer for the sake of this, but I do feel that this fragrance probably is influenced by something more higher end, possibly something from the Prada line, and I say that because it is really, really soapy. Not that that's a bad thing. And also, there is a soap of this fragrance. You can buy Sterling Blue soap from Ted Baker, Christmas gifts, etc. do they have them in. So what you're getting is something very clean, something very pleasant. You will smell like you've just come out of the shower, the bath, etc. It's not going to offend anybody. As I say, it is a very lovely fragrance. I mean, this does smell absolutely fantastic. But I'm going to give you a major, major flaw, and a reason why I would say do not buy this. If you get it for a gift and you're just going to splash it on and wear it around the house, fair enough. But I wouldn't spend any money on it. And I wouldn't wear it if I was going anywhere, for a special occasion, going out, etc. This would be the last thing I would reach for, other than a Y-free scent that I've got in my cabinet, which is the worst smell in the world, but I'll save that for another video. And you may ask, well, why, if this smells so absolutely gorgeous, would you not wear it? And the answer is, it has the longevity of water. Well, I'm probably doing it a disservice, but I did some testing last week. So I've not used a lot of this, you see, as it is only 15 ml, but I splashed some on my wrist, my neck, the backs of my hands last week, wore it. After about 20 minutes, couldn't smell it anymore. As lovely as it was, it seemed to have gone. Now, I have said in previous videos that I do tend to go nose blind quite quickly now, and that's probably because I've become, like a drug addict becomes immune to drugs and they need more drugs. When you're into fragrances, you kind of build up a tolerance after a while. And I think I've got to that point where aroma chemicals and other bits and pieces that make up these fragrances, my nose kind of filters them, it picks them up and then filters them out rather quickly now. So as I say, I go nose blind quite soon. So my thought on that basis was, well, it's probably just me. It's probably there, it's working its way, other people can smell it, it smells great. It's just I can't smell it anymore. But I tested that theory. And what I did was I got something else that's clean, aquatic scent, a blue scent like this, because it's a marine nose. But I got a designer blue scent, and I got Acqua di Gio Profondo, not Profumo, the more recent aquatic blue fragrance from Armani. And I sprayed that on one hand, and I sprayed this, or splashed because it's a splash, splashed it on the back of the other hand. And after about 2 hours I smelt both of my hands. I could still smell the Acqua di Gio, I couldn't smell this at all. Now again, that could be that I've become nose blind to this, the chemicals in this I filtered out easier than, easily if that's a word, I filtered out sooner than Acqua di Gio. However, later that evening I asked my girlfriend, sniff both my wrists, or backs of my hands, what can you smell? On one hand, she could smell Acqua di Gio Profondo, on the other hand, absolutely nothing. Sterling Blue had gone completely. And as I say, I do feel that this fragrance goes in about 20 minutes. I mean, the longevity on this is so poor, it makes Versace Pour Homme seem like an absolute monster in the longevity stakes. So, as I say, I wouldn't waste my money on this. It was a nice present, I'm grateful for that, but as a fragrance, very good scent, absolutely no longevity. Anyway, that's all for now. Thank you for watching. Please do tune into my other videos. I keep saying I'll endeavour to do more. Life gets in the way, but do look out for them when they do arrive, as random as they are. And yeah, once again, thank you for watching.